Hello, I'm the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. On the cemetery world, the Night Lords have discovered a possible entrance to an underground Necron facility. Located next to a Gothic cemetery, a large force of Night Lords prepares to invade. The Necrons have several defenses, and once battle is joined, reinforcements start appearing from the portal on the top of the hill. Will the Night Lords prevail, or will the Necrons destroy the invaders? So today is a little unusual, a Necron defense. So we'll start with the battlefield first and then the armies. So, portal on top of the hill where Necron reinforcements will arrive from. The entrance to the thing. Little Gothic cemetery here. Yep, Gothic cemetery. So for the Night Lords, we have this happy little force right here. Overall led by this Chaos Lord, with a Master of Possession, a Sorcerer, a Master of Execution, and a Dark Apostle. Some Warp Talons, which will teleport in if needed. 2 one-man Obliterator squads, which will also teleport in as needed. Chaos Knight, just for the fun of it. A 9-man squad with a Flamer, or a 10-man squad with the Heavy Bolter and the Autocannon, and then another 9-man squad with a Plasma Gun, 10 Cultists, 3 Bikers. I assure you the back 2 are just invisible. Demon Prince to be summoned in. 2 Greater Possessed. A Venom Crawler. A Rhino that all 5 of these HQs will be riding in. And a Helldrake to appear on round 3. So for the Necrons... we'll start their defense with 2 Doomsday Arcs, 3 Heavy Destroyers, and a Cryptek. And then at the end of movement of turn 1, 9 Scarabs and a Canoptic Spider will come out of the portal. At the end of movement round 2, we'll get 2 squads of 10 Necron Warriors with the new God's Reaper. At the end of round 3 will be 8 Lich Guard, a Royal Warden, and a Doomscythe flying in. Movement round 4 will be 3 Scorpion Destroyers and 5 Canoptic Wraiths. And if anybody is still alive, at the end of movement round 5, we'll bring in the Void Dragon, Deceiver, Transcendent Catan, and my better Overlord. So I'll set up deployment and we'll see what the Night Lords can do. Okay, so ended up with the Chaos Knight here, squad of Flamers, Bikers, the double heavy squad, the Rhino with the HQs in it, the Plasma Gun, the Venom Crawler, the 2 Greater Possessed, and the Crappy Cultists with everything else either teleporting in around the Rhino. And then Necrons, we have Doomsday Arc in that little niche, 3 Heavy Destroyers in the front, and the Cryptek up here guarding the portal. We're just going to pretend there's like a green portal there. That's what I'm doing. So we'll go to Night Lord's turn 1 since they're attacking, movements, and any psychic powers. And we'll come back and see how far they've gotten. Essentially everything advanced up the board as far as it could. And the Bikers and the Cultists actually got really good rolls and some great penetration. So there's no real reason to do a psychic phase because nothing's really in range or nothing's really of a good benefit here. But the Rhino with its Havoc Launcher and the Knight with his Laser Destructor can both shoot, and both will shoot at the heavy destroyers, so we will see how that comes out. To no one's surprise, the knight does no damage. The rhino actually did a point of damage. Definitely not within any sort of charge range, so then we'll go to Necron turn 1. Movement and whatnot. So, at the beginning of this turn, this guy regains his health. Haha, nothing bad. None of these guys are really going to move, so the scarabs and the spider are going to come in, and then we'll go on to shooting. So that was a super successful Necron shooting experience. This Doomsday Arc took a fourth of this knight's damage. The destroyers, between the three of them, killed the biker squad, one of the greater possessed, and a couple of these space marines, and the other Doomsday Arc just wiped out the cultists. There's that. So, no charges from their end. So that'll take us to Night Lord's turn 2. So these guys are gonna have to move quickly up the field and not die. No. Movement and psychic phase. We'll see what happens. So once again, the remaining Night Lords all just moved quickly up the field, closer to the fence. Still no need for psychics for any reason. The two heavy weapons actually advanced, so they can't, really shoot anyway. So yeah, we got a regular shooting, which will be the Rhino, and Venom Crawler might be in range. The Knight, of course, is in range, so we'll deal with Night Lord shooting. A disappointing shooting round for the Night Lords. Absolutely nothing hit. That was a sigh of long suffering for those that don't know me. Yeah, not in range for charging, so we're gonna go on to Necron turn 2. So, movements. So, for Necron movement, the Cryptek just kind of moved forward a little bit to allow room for the two groups of Necron warriors that came in. The Scarabs and the Spiders. Spider skittered off to the side here. That's it for movement, so we'll go on to Necron shooting. If it's anything like last turn's was, this will be a short game. Surprisingly enough, the Chaos Knight managed to save, but the Chaos Space Marines sure lost a whole lot of guys, and are probably going to run. This squad at 2 is probably at least going to run. We'll see. It actually is up to morale. We'll see if they stick around. Yeah, the Power Fist Space Marine aspiring champion guy and the Plasma Gun guy both ran away. Hopefully to fight another day, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll go on to Night Lord's turn 3. This will be the round that the Helldrake shows up, and they're getting pretty decimated. Maybe something else will happen. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, Night Lord's turn 3. Okay, so the Chaos Knight and the Greater Possessed have both cleared the wall. The remaining two squads have moved up. The heavy weapons grouping did not advance, they just moved a little bit. The Venomcrawler went forward as far as it could, and the Helldrake appeared in the corner. This Obliterator and that Obliterator both popped down 9 inches, as close as they could be, the 9-inch distance from this Doomsday Arc, in the hopes of putting some pressure on this increasingly larger size of Necrons here. So yeah, that'll take us on to Night Lord's shooting, which might go better this time. Well, we'll hope so. Yeah, yeah. That was a very successful Night Lord shooting turn. The two Obliterators did indeed destroy Doomsday Arc. Unfortunately for them, it did not explode. The Night Desecrator killed 3 Necron Warriors, and the Rhino damaged the Destroyer a little bit. He advanced, so he can't charge. Yeah, that pretty much is the Night Lord's turn, so I'll go to Necron turn 3. So the Scarabs just moved over here to this side. The Spider just hopped down. These warriors moved off to this side. These warriors just moved off over there. Doomside flew in over there to do its crazy thing. The Lich card popped out as the Royal Warden. I would just like to say that these guys have survived a whole lot of battles. Yeah, my Lich guard do well. Having said that, then we'll go to, Necron shooting. So for Necron shooting, Heavy Destroyers managed to kill off the other Greater Possessed, take out half this squad of Flamer Special Guy, the Space Marines. The Venom Crawler managed to save against the other Doomsday Arc. The Scarabs advanced to get where they are, so they can't charge. So, yeah, that'll put us up to Night Lords turn 4. Should see some assaulting. Well, no, probably not. Should see some decent something or other. I don't know. Night Lords turn 4. We'll see. A whole lot of activity for the movement for the Night Lords this turn. Everything moved up and is on this side of the fence. The Sorcerer managed to summon in a Demon Prince. The Master of Possession managed to get... Oh no, sorry, the Dark Apostle got the Warp Side Plea off, which gives this unit of Necrons a +1 to hit with ranged weapons until the end of the battle round. These Warp Talons came in. The Obliterators moved up a little bit. Chaos Knight moved up a lot. A whole lot. And yeah, so that'll take us on to Night Lord shooting. So a lot of things shot, but really all that happened was the Knight's Laser Destructor killed off 2 Destroyers, and the 2 Obliterators between them killed about 6 of these Necron Warriors. So now we're going to go to the charge phase, where the Warp Talons are for sure going to try and charge into these Scarabs. We'll see if they make it, and if they do, how well they do in a second. So a failed charge, 3 inches short. Yeah, the Obliterators certainly do not want to charge. They're not mutilators. So Necron turn 4. So at the start, the Heavy Destroyer gained a health. Then the Scarabs moved forward. The Spider moved up and over. The remaining warriors moved to the edge. The Lich Guard moved over to this side. Royal Warden just kind of moved up. These warriors just kind of moved up. Yes, the Canoptic Wraiths came out, and some Scorpec Destroyers. And the Doomsday charged up the field to challenge the Helldrake. So we'll go to Necron shooting. So the Doomsday Arc managed to do some damage to the Venom Crawler. This Heavy Destroyer managed to mostly wipe out the Space Marine squad, and the Spider did some damage to the Obliterator. So then we'll go to Necron charges and the fight phase. So the Scarab Swarm and the Spider. The Scarab Swarm charged the Warp Talons, and the Spider charged the Obliterator, and none of them survived the experience. Well, I mean, the Scarabs and the Spider did. So yeah, that'll take us on to Night Lord's turn 5. The few that remain of the Night Lords. So kind of an exciting 5th round, I don't know, charge kind of thing going on here. The Knight moved way forward. Venom Crawler just kind of moved forward. The Helldrake escaped from over by there, moved over here. Space Marine dude just kind of moved up. The Rhino moved up and discharged. Master of Executions, Chaos Lord, Dark Apostle, Sorcerer, and the Master of Possessions. And the Demon Prince hopped over here on this little hill thing. The Sorcerer cast Prescience, I think. Yeah. So the Rhino gets a +1 to hit on ranged attacks. And the Master of Possession cast Smite on the Lich Guard and killed one. So gave himself perils though. Poor little guy. So we'll go on to Night Lord shooting. Not a lot of shooting elements left in the Night Lord side, really. Venom Crawler failed to do anything to the Doomsday Arc. The Laser Destructor from the Night managed to kill a couple of warriors. And the Aspiring Champion, Chaos Lord, and Master of Executions all took plasma pistol shots into the Scarabs, doing only 1 damage each. So, charge phase. There will be charges. And fight phase. I feel that was super satisfying. The Knight killed the last heavy destroyer with his titanic feet. And the Demon Prince killed 2 of the Scarabs with his demonic axe, but they turned around and did 4 damage to him in the rest of the fight phase. No morale for anybody, so we'll go to Necron turn 5. The turn I didn't actually expect us to get to, so yeah, after this turns don't really matter. yeah, so Necron movement and some craziness. At the start of the phase, the Spider replicated another Scarab Swarm, and then it also moved up to challenge against the Demon Prince. These warriors, you can kind of see them. They hop down here. The Lich Guard advanced forward to hop down here. The Wraiths just moved forward to hop down there. These warriors advanced to go there. The Scorpic Destroyers moved up over there. The Doomside is following quickly behind, catching up to the Helldrake. And the Void Dragon, Deceiver, Transcendent Catan, and an Overlord come out of the portal. So, yeah. So we'll go on to Catan powers. So the Void Dragon did Antimatter Meteor on the Rhino and messed it up pretty well. And then the Transcendent Catan did Transdimensional Thunderbolt on the Knight, which did it some decent damage and also damaged the Rhino. So we'll go to Necron shooting. Well, most of the Necron shooting capability has been diminished, but there's a whole lot of charges coming. The Venom Crawler was almost destroyed. So yeah. Oh, I forgot about the Doomside. Let's see what the Doomside does. I'll get into melee in a second. Hold on, little Doomside. I'm glad I remembered to shoot the Doomside. He killed the Helldrake. Okay. So yeah, we'll go on to Necron charging and fight phase. So the Spider charged the Demon Prince, and the Wraiths charged the Knight. The Scarabs actually killed the Demon Prince during the actual fight phase. And the Wraiths only did 1 damage to the Knight. And the Knight managed to kill 2 of them with its Reaper Chainsword. So that'll take us on to the Night Lord's turn. So, Night Lord's movement, if there is any, and Psychic phase. So, kind of a split smash and grab weird kind of thing. The Rhino kind of moved over here between the Scarabs and all of the infantry. All of the HQs just kind of formed up, kind of in a position to charge the Lich Guard. This remaining Obliterator just kind of moved a little closer. And the Venom Crawler moved a little closer to those guys. And Chaos Knight's just going to hang out here. 3 smites were cast. 3 Lich Guard died. So we'll go on to Chaos Shooting. So lots of little 1-point damages from Plasma Guns. HQs managed to kill off 1 Lich Guard by Plasma Gunning it to death. The Flamer and the Aspiring Champion managed to do a couple points of damage over here to some Scarabs. Venom Crawler actually killed one of those warriors. This Obliterator actually killed a couple of these warriors. So it might bounce back. I don't know. We'll see. Charge phase for Chaos and fight phase. So the Chaos Lord and Master of Executions charged the Lich Guard and didn't do much. And yeah, the Knight managed to kill off one of the Wraiths that is oppressing it, and that's pretty much all that happened in this fight phase. No morale anywhere, so we'll go to Necron Turret and see if the Necrons can kill off the Night Lords this turn. Okay. So the Scarabs regained another unit from the Spider and moved down here to the ground. The Spider just moved over to the edge. The Wraiths fell back from the Knight. All of the Catan moved up to the edge, as did the Overlord and the Royal Warden. These warriors moved up, as did the other destroyers over here. And then the Deceiver did Cosmic Insanity, which killed the Venom Crawler. The Transcendent did Transdimensional Thunderbolt, starting with the Master Possessions here, which only damaged him and killed off one of the Dark Disciples. So that'll take us up to Necron Shooting. I'm glad I started recording these games because I've just had something that's never happened before. The Doom side managed to kill the 2 Space Marines that were here and the Rhino, and then the Rhino exploded, which managed to kill off the Chaos Lord and the Master of Possessions and the remaining Dark Disciple. That was kind of ridiculous. Yeah. That explosion did more damage than all the rest of these guys did. So 3 of these warriors killed this Aspiring Champion, but yeah, I think the real champion this time around was the Rhino exploding. So yeah, we'll go to Necron Charges and Fight phase. So the Transcendent Catan hopped down and charged the, charged hopping down the Master of Executions and got in there. And the Scorpic Destroyers charged the Chaos Knight. So, yeah, fight phase. So the Transcendent Catan did indeed kill the Master of Executions. Scorpion destroyers did a little bit of damage to the knight. The knight turned around and stomped one of them to death. So that puts us up to chaos. What little remains of chaos. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the Chaos Knight, the Sorcerer, and the Dark Apostle are the only Chaos Knight or Chaos units that are left remaining. Everybody pretty much just kind of fell back towards each other. The Sorcerer cast Smite and managed to kill a single Lich Guard unit. And yeah. So shooting, a couple of pistol shots. Both Psychers tried to shoot the Wraiths with their plasma pistols and failed. The Knight shot its heavy bolter and laser destructor at the destroyers and managed to kill one of them. So charge phase. I'm not thinking too much about a charge phase for these guys. They're probably going to be dead. I think they're just going to try and, I don't know. They're not charging, so it'll go to the Necron turn. So after 2 Cosmic Fires and Voltaic Storm, the Knight has taken a lot of damage. The Master Possession is dead. The Apostle, that's who was left. The Dark Apostle is dead, and the Sorcerer is mostly dead. So we'll go to Necron shooting. Well, the Necron shooting, the Doomside killed off the Obliterator that was still hanging out over here. I'll admit I'd forgotten about him. And the Royal Warden managed to kill the Sorcerer over here. So that'll take us to Necron charges. This will probably be a little ridiculous. A number of firsts have occurred in this game. So the Lich Guard and 2 of the Catan, the Transcendent and the Void Dragon, charged the Knight. The Lich Guard didn't do anything to it. Transcendent Catan did a little bit of damage to it. But the Void Dragon really screwed it up and killed it, and then it promptly exploded. I've never had 2 vehicles explode in the same game. And during the explosion, it killed the 2 Lich Guard. It did the max damage possible to each of the Catan, but all of Chaos has been destroyed, so the Necrons have successfully defended this particular tomb entrance. Hopefully the Night Lords did not get any transmissions off that might lead to further games of defense, but for this one, the Necrons won. Speaking personally, again, I've never had 2 vehicles explode in the same game. That's just super ridiculous. And the fact that it was the Knight, that's super ridiculous. So I had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good night.